You know their names. You've seen the couple pranks, the matching outfits, the viral challenges, the dreamy Instagram posts with captions like, forever and always. But what if I told you the story behind Marcus Dobre and Ivanita, Lomeli, isn't exactly what it seemed? This is the untold story. The rise, the romance, and the unraveling. A story buried beneath filters, thumbnails, and millions of views. Let's rewind. Before the fame, before the brand deals, before the world called them couple goals, Marcus Dobre was already living in the spotlight. A gymnast turned YouTuber, a twin with a built-in co-star, born into a family where performance wasn't just encouraged, it was expected. His mother, Dobre, was a world champion gymnast, the kind of figure who understood pressure, perfection, and the cost of greatness. So it wasn't surprising when Marcus, along with his twin Lucas, took to the digital stage. They didn't just chase the algorithm, they became it. By 18, Marcus wasn't just a teenager, he was a brand. Millions of followers, merch, tour, money, and yet, despite all of that, he was still a young man trying to figure out who he was off camera. That's where Ivanita Lomeli comes in. She wasn't just another content creator. She had presence, soft-spoken yet confident, a girl next door look with a quiet ambition that burned through the screen. When she and Marcus began appearing in videos together, fans couldn't get enough. The chemistry felt real, too real to be scripted, wholesome, relatable, magnetic. But there was something else, too. Behind the smiles, attention, one that only became clearer with time. At first, it looked like any other YouTube couple romance. The surprising "my girlfriend" videos, the "we broke up" thumbnails that pulled millions, the comments filled with hearts and crying emojis. But what fans didn't see, what they weren't supposed to see, was how much of it was strategy. And here's where it gets controversial. Because according to multiple insiders, people who collaborated with them, managed them, and in some cases, protected them, Marcus and Ivanita's relationship blurred the lines between real love and performative content. And once those lines blurred, they never really went back. There were signs, if you knew where to look. In early 2019, fans started noticing the emotional disconnect. Videos that felt off, moments where Marcus seemed distracted, where Ivanita looked tired. Not tired in the "we've been filming all day" way. Tired in the "I'm not sure I want to keep pretending" way. But the algorithm doesn't care about your feelings. It rewards consistency, engagement, drama. So when things behind the scenes got rocky, the couple leaned in. Breakup rumors, perfect for views. Jealousy, fuel for TikTok reactions. Tears, click gold. And it worked. Video after video, they kept fans hooked. Each upload felt like a diary entry, except this diary had ad revenue, camera crews, and a schedule. But what was it doing to them, really? Close friends of Ivanita say she struggled with the pressure, the expectation to always smile, to be on even when things weren't okay. And in private, Marcus, despite his charm, wasn't always the most present partner, not because he didn't care, but because he didn't know how to stop. He was building an empire, and empires don't pause for date night. By late 2020, the cracks were obvious, not to the fans, but to anyone paying attention. Ivanita started posting less, appearing in fewer videos. The romantic energy dimmed, and then silence. No formal breakup announcement, no dramatic "it's over" video, just a gradual, quiet fading out. And yet, that's not where the story ends. Because what most people don't realize is that behind the social media silence, there were real consequences. Legal negotiations about joint content, brand obligations tied to their couple image, even disagreements about who owned certain videos. It wasn't just a breakup, it was a business split. And perhaps the most heartbreaking part, neither of them ever got the chance to grieve it off camera, because the internet wouldn't let them. To this day, fans still flood Marcus's comments asking, "Where's Ivanita?" They tag her in edits, ship them in TikToks, hope for a reconciliation. But maybe, just maybe, the reason we never got that closure is because they never did either. So what's the truth? Were they really in love? Or were they just playing a part? The answer, like most things, is complicated. People close to the couple say it started real, authentic. They liked each other, trusted each other. But the moment the camera became a third party in the relationship, everything changed. Suddenly, every gesture became content. Every fight had the potential to go viral. And every tender moment had to be performed twice. Once for them and once for us. It's easy to point fingers, to say they were faking it. But the truth is much messier. They were two young people trying to build something in a world that doesn't reward vulnerability, only visibility. And when that world turned their love into a brand, they played along until they couldn't anymore. Today, Marcus keeps creating. He's leaned more into solo content, fitness, and motivational posts. Ivanita, she's quieter now, posting sporadically, living more offline. And maybe that's the biggest plot twist of all. After years of sharing every intimate detail with millions of strangers, they chose silence, not because they don't care about their fans, but because they're finally doing something for themselves. So the next time you scroll past a "we broke up" thumbnail, or see a teary confession with a ring light in frame, ask yourself, are you watching a love story or a performance? Because sometimes, the most viral romances are also the loneliest, and the most powerful stories are the ones that never made it to camera. This was the untold story of Dobre and Ivanita Lomeli, not the version they uploaded, but the version they lived. And maybe that's the one that matters most.